Welcome back, everybody. My name is Mr. Llama, and this is Game 3 of the IEM Cologne upper bracket semifinal between Killer and Puma. So, Killer, in what I thought might have been a 2-0 ending right there in that last game, unfortunately lost his observer to Puma, playing so smartly with the Raven, picking off the observer, and then allowing his Cloak Banshees to just continually damage those stalkers that Killer had there until they were whittled down to almost nothing, and he was forced to retreat and GG out of the game, as he did lose all of his probes to Hellions and Banshees. So Killer we'll have to see if this game, if Puma's going to open again with a refinery, and then if Killer will respond next time that he scouts in with possibly a faster robotics facility. Usually you will see your opponent or you will see the Protoss player grab like 3 gates and a robo, but instead Killer went for a 4 gate without the robo against, it wasn't a 4 gate, it was a Nexus first, and then he picked up 4 gates after that against a gas expand, or not, yeah, a gas opening from his opponent, which turned into cloaked Banshees, and that was just crazy. I can barely even explain it right now. It's just, oh, that was nuts. And look at this. We will see Puma going for a cheese right here. Possibly. He does throw down 1 Rax at least, but he has not thrown down a second barracks. And not even sent out a second SCV, so maybe he's just doing this to play some mind games with his opponent. We do see the second SCV moving out now, and it will be a 2 Rax. Yes, it will. So Puma going for the 2 Rax right here. And what will Killer do? Is Killer going to be going for an expand first? Yes, he is. He's going Nexus first against the 2 Rax. This is what I was saying in the last game. Killer needs to be careful for. It's very good to do against a 1-on-1, but if your opponent goes for that 2 Rax all in, you can be in serious trouble. So now he's going to go ahead and scout with his probe. He'll scout over here. This looks exactly like a 1 Rax expand almost at this point. Unless you know the timings perfectly, but we aren't even going to see Killer scout yet. So he just looks over here for the proxy Rex, which you will see 11-11s a lot of times dropped over here, but now he's going to be working his way over with his probe, and he's not going to be able to see anything whatsoever. So you will see that the second depot has gone up, which means that he did not take an expansion before the barracks, or an expansion before the second depot at least, unless it's in base, but I mean, really, Killer's taking this long route to try and get over to his opponent's base, and by the time he gets there, his opponent's already going to have a bunch of Marines at his base. So how is he going to hold this? We do see a second gate being added on with a Cybernetics Core, and SCV has scouted into the base, so he sees exactly what's going on. No units yet. Finally, a Zealot being made, and now we're going to see Killer poke up. Did he see the SCVs coming out? I'm not sure he did, but when he gets in here, he's going to be able to scout how few SCVs there are on the line right here and know that something's going on, as there's about 5 or 6 SCVs already over there. A bunker has gone down right here for Puma, so probes are going to have to be pulled for Killer, and it's going to basically come down to a micro battle. He's going to have to be able to focus down all of these Marines right here. I don't know if he's going to have enough, though, as there's already 4 Marines in this army. He's going to have to try and really get him down. It looks like he's able to kill off a few units right there. A couple of the SCVs will go down, but he's also losing some units of his own. A lot of probes have gone down. The Zealot, in the meantime, trying to sneak through to get that down, and it looks like the Zealot will end up dying right there. In the meantime, the bunker has finished here for Killer, so Killer going to have to, or for Puma, so Killer going to have to back off right here. The pylon will go down. He's going to be losing this Nexus as well. 2 Stalkers have been made. They will be able to pick off the bunker and SCV right there. And it looks like the Nexus is going to end up dying right here. But Killer not out of it yet. As you can see, he is down in workers. However, there are some workers over here. So in terms of mining, they are, I was going to say similar, but look at that with the mules. It is just so in favor, actually, for Puma. So I guess he only has 3 SCVs over here, and so it is slightly in the favor of Puma there, you can say. But he will be losing this Nexus right here. He needs to be careful not to lose these Stalkers, as it looks like Puma trying to push forward. He'll be able to pick off one of the Stalkers there, possibly a second one here, and it looks like Killer actually just attacked his own Nexus, and I love the positioning of this bunker. It's able to hit anything coming down the ramp. It's able to hit off this Nexus, and Killer's just not in a great position. Continuing to try and pump out Zealots and Stalkers right here. He will be supply blocked, though. Unfortunately, he did not take into account that the Nexus had that supply. He kind of forgot about that. No pylons additionally being warped in, so Killer now in a very troublesome situation, especially since his opponent will have an expansion going up. He's going to have to try and push down, but there's SCVs to repair. 8, 9, 13 Marines over here as they continue to stream in, and I am really not liking Killer's chances at this point. Will this be it? Will Puma be able to take this game from him and take the series, actually, and what I thought would have been Killer's series to win after that game 2, barely losing right there? I'm not quite sure. It's going to be very close, and it looks like we're just going to see Killer continue to wait up in his base. He's chrono boosting out Stalkers, but he's still supply blocked. He really did not take into account for that Nexus being picked off right there, and now he's just going to simply push down, back up, try and just do as much damage as he can, just utilizing the shields on his Stalkers right here. But really, this is such a favorable position for Puma. He's going to continue adding on barracks, getting out a tech lab here as well. And I'd imagine getting an engineering bay. Yep, waiting for Dark Templars to possibly come out, or Void Rays. We'll have to see what he does. And I'm not quite sure about that move by Puma. I have no clue what he was doing with it right there. So finally we're going to see some more Stalkers being made and Chrono Boost not being used yet. 4 gates being thrown down, so it's simply going to be the latest 4 gate you have ever seen in a PvT matchup, or any matchup most likely. And Puma back home is just going to be defending. And here we do see that he's going to try and walk his Stalkers by. Is it going to be enough? He's barely going to get 3 out of there of the 5 that he does run down. He does not have a probe anywhere on the map, so he can't drop a proxy pylon anywhere. And he's simply going to try and push over with 3 Stalkers against these Marines here. And I imagine that by the time he gets over there, he'll look and say, you know what, this might just be the end for me in this tournament. So it's not looking too good right here for Killer. We'll have to see if he can really make anything out of this, but he's going to get over, try and pick off a couple of Marines, maybe lose a few Stalkers, and that's most likely going to be it. Yes, it will. So A-Zip, no clue, but GG, that's going to be the game right there. So wow, very, very impressive play by Puma to pull this back out after losing 1-0, or going down 1-0, I should say, in this best of 3 series. He was able to turn it around, and with a nice cheese in game 3, a nice little 2-racks right there, able to kind of metagame his Nexus firsting opponent, Killer, and Puma will move on. So that's going to be it, everybody. My name is Mr. Llama. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and I'll see you guys next time.